Hello students, today before we learn Polygon Law of Vectors, where the number of vectors are more than 2, we will be using Polygon Law of Vectors. Before that, I want to complete this particular topic, Parallelogram Law of Vectors. In this, we have taken two vectors A and B. Between them, they subtend an angle theta. And we said that we form a parallelogram, and then what we did, we dropped a perpendicular, and then we said this angle theta is subtended here, this is also theta. We said that this is the perpendicular, okay? And this is B sin theta. And also we said that this is adjacent side and this is B cos theta. I hope you remember all that which we have done. Or for example, if you want me to again remind you sin theta, what is sin theta? Perpendicular RS upon the PR, which is the hypotenuse. And what is RS actually, which we wanted to calculate, find out, is equal to PR. PR is B. Okay. So B sin theta. Similarly, what is cos theta? Cos theta is adjacent side or base. Base is PS divided by hypotenuse, which is PR. So the base PS is equal to PR. PR again is B. So B cos theta. These two values are very important for us now. Now suppose the resultant is here. We said that C vector is equal to A plus B vector is a generalized version. But using parallelogram law of vectors, we found that C is equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Okay, and we said that theta, let it be 0 degree, theta is 90 degree and theta is 180 degree. We did all these cases. Now we wanted to know that angle alpha. What is the angle alpha? It is the angle between the one of the vectors A vector and the resultant C vector. The resultant and this vector, what is the angle which we wanted to calculate? Because that will give us the direction in which the vector is going to move. See, for example, the direction can be this, it can be here, it can be here, but we need to locate the position very precisely. Then we need to know this angle alpha. Now let us take the triangle ROS. Okay, ROS. This is the triangle I have taken, ROS. In this triangle, which is a right angled triangle, what is tan theta in triangle? What is tan theta? Tan theta is perpendicular upon base, which is the perpendicular RS, and OS is the base. So we have RS divided by OS. Okay, what is RS? RS is B sin theta. So we are clear about it. B sin theta divided by. What is OS? OS is made up of two parts, OP and PS. OP is A and PS is B cos theta. So I can write A plus B cos theta. If you have doubt, again I write here RS is equal to OP plus PS, which we have derived the angle. So from here we can say tan theta is equal to tan alpha, the angle between these two, that is tan alpha. Tan alpha is the angle between the vector and the resultant. I am going to take a very simple case logically and see how the whole thing will turn out to be. Suppose if this vector A vector and the B vector are perpendicular to each other. Okay, then what will be the direction of the resultant? How will you calculate? So here we have to calculate this alpha, we have to calculate the resultant. Where is the resultant? We don't know. Let us say resultant is somewhere here and we wanted to calculate the resultant's direction. Then we say tan alpha is equal to B sine theta. Now what is theta here? Theta has become perpendicular 90 degree. So we write B sine 90 degree divided by A plus B cos 90 degree. Okay. Now what we have to do? 90 degree. We know cos 90. What is cos 90? Is 0. What is sine 90? Is 1. So we know the values. So tan alpha is equal to B divided by A. Simple. B divided by A. That is nothing but alpha is equal to tan inverse of B divided by A. This is how we can calculate the angle between two vectors, and that is using the two vectors angle we can find what should be the angle of the resultant which we are calculating. I hope you understand. This is one of the basic ideas, extension of what you studied there. Now I move on to Polygon Law of Vectors, right? We are not going to go too deep into the concept of vectors only except for the basic, right? Because in mathematics course, as I said, you will study that one. And for biology students, I said to you, the physics paper will not have so complex mathematical concept. So children who have taken biology need not fear about all the mathematics like vector algebra, calculus, nothing. You can do everything with less mathematics. Okay, fine. Now I am going to talk about the polygon law. Okay, now let me take a vector. Okay, this vector is a vector. The point is O. Let us say the point is P. I want to add this with another vector. Okay, this vector is somewhat like this. Let us say I bring the tail of the vector to the tip of the first vector. Okay, so but I can shift a vector parallel to itself as long as the magnitude remains same. You can shift it parallel to itself. Let us say this is PQ vector. Let us say I got another vector, something like this, let us suppose, right? So now I shift this vector to the tip, the tail of this vector. Let me measure the value and keep it here. And I have shifted parallel to itself. OPQ, let us say R. I have another vector. Okay, let us say this vector is going somewhat like this. Fine, and this is S. You see, all the vectors are going in a cyclic process. What I can do, I will do from O to Q. First, I will complete a triangle, right? I will complete a triangle. By doing so, what I do, this represents the resultant. What is the resultant? This is B vector. So, A vector plus B vector. Now I got this value, and let us say this is C vector. Now I add A plus B with the C. So from here, if I connect these 2 points together, right, OR, I will get here A vector plus B vector plus C vector. This is the resultant. Now I got another vector, D vector. Now I want to add this vector. It's very simple. Again, take the tail of this, one of it, and tip of the final one, and you join it together like this, right? And either you use dotted lines or complete line, and this is A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. A plus C, this is the cycle you have got, A plus C plus, this is whole thing, A plus B plus C plus D. This is called Polygon Law of Vectors. Again and again I repeat, you do not worry so much about this complex mathematical concept. we need to just to know the name polygon, because more than two are there, then we use using Polygon law of vector addition. It is just addition of one after the other. I hope you understand the basic concept of this. In the next video, we will see 3-dimension, how 3-dimension components can be added and that work can be done. Thank you so much.